There you go. It's fast to run. You're good. You're good. Good job. Good.
Hey everyone, on this race breakdown we are previewing the Nccx Midland course. Let's jump right into it. And we're off. This is the second race of the Charlotte races for the weekend, so it's the Sunday race out of Midland. This is like East Charlotte. Jumping in the start, it is like a short little like opening lap as we kind of jump into the main course. Not very long of a sprint, so couldn't use a little bit of a horsepower to my advantage, so ended up coming away third on this sprint as we come through a big carousel. Racing against some fast, younger riders. Normal crew today, and as we come up through this first really technical section, it's really big uphill kicker. I did a terrible job right there. I was in way too hard of a gear and had to shift like mid-hill and really slowed me down. Now we're coming into some pretty technical switchback off cambers, and I lay it down a little bit too much rear brake right there, and my rear tire slid out. This is going to cost me a ton of time. Velocious rider to my left, hard to see because I'm carrying the bike. He gets caught up on the tape, and he's kind of running all over the place. I kind of just let him know, hey, just like, let's take it slow up this. We're good to go. Let's not blow up our race just for this first part. But as you can see, like me having to run that section just cost me a ton of time on the bike. Terrible getting back on the bike as well. Couldn't find the pedals. Dropped down off of the off-camber section, and then now we're actually on we're about to start technically our first lap as we come through this little gravel section and go up to the start-finish line. So I thought that was pretty fun. Having to do like a little opening loop was really cool. I didn't know we were going to have to do that. I was hoping we'd have this long open field section to start the race, but it ended not turning out to be that way. So I am on the back foot right now, trying to put out a bunch of power through this flat section to make up some spots and reel these guys back in. You can see way on the far left, like the two front leaders are way up there already. This is a fun open field, kind of drops down super fast. You can kind of pedal through that whole thing right there, and then you slow down really fast to a sharp right-hander. I was having trouble with this turn for some reason. It was like some fluffy dirt right at the apex of the corner that I just could never feel confident enough to kind of roll through that. Jump back hard on the pedals, coming through some twisties as we drop down left. A couple just gopher holes and ruts right here as you drop in. Really fun corner, back on the pedals. I'm trying to chase down Oliver up here in the front cam. We're gonna hit a short little section of single/double track. Nothing really to call out here, really smooth, and I'm just throttling it, trying to get up to Oliver because I need to make sure I want to get the podium position. Take him on the inside through this really fun double line section. You take the low line like I am or the high line, kind of jump out of that little gutter and up a little kicker. Again, just did not shift early enough to keep my pedal spinning, and Oliver comes back by me on the right. Hit this little super loose section of gravel as we come back around the pond into this fun off-camber section. I'm going to have another mechanical right here. This was a really tough day for me on the mechanical. I went to shift, and of course my chain drops. Everything gets all out of whack. I ended up looking down and I was like, all right, it's still on, so let me just jump on the bike and just start pedaling, and hopefully it catches itself. And it did, but look how much time that cost me. Like Oliver's already done with this straightaway. So unfortunately, just a couple shifting errors on my part really put me on the back foot for this first lap, and that's kind of going to be the story for the rest of my race coming into this one lap preview that we always do. Really fun turn right here, hard uphill kicker, super fun. Stand up out of the saddle, get up this hill. I like to keep right here, and then as we drop back in again to almost two of the same types of turns, switch back left. Instead of we're coming around a tree, so it's not as sharp, but then you have like a off-camber uphill the gradient is about the same, so you want to stay on the power and then start pedaling and shifting as fast as you can to get the speed on this downhill. There's like a rut right there in the middle of this field, and I think it was the second or third lap, I like almost endoed because I happened to like bounce perfectly or something happened with my rear tire and I almost endoed, so near miss there. Super funny. Coming through around the backside of the pond, really fun flowy section. Sweet back left. You can see the 2 leaders right there, and there's Oliver. So they've got a really good gap on me, you know, probably about 5 to 8 seconds on me. Do a little switchback. As we come up this left section of gravel, this left-hander, it's really loose right there, and I would take it to the right, the uphill side of the right, to try and not spin out my tires, and I didn't want to like have my front wheel wash out. Come around this set of trees. Again, we're back in an open section field, so I'm doing everything I can to kind of just stay on the power, but it was so bouncy. Like, this field is really rough, and it was hard to get like consistent speed and momentum, and it just felt like you were just like bouncing everywhere, and it was so hard to get a rhythm going. I don't really know if there's like a perfect line through this section of the course. It's literally just like you pick left or you pick right, and you kind of just stick with it. As we come through this huge section of W's, which is really fun. Almost front wheel just washed out right there. Took the turn a little too tight. This section is really rough too, but I really enjoyed this section of the course. It's super fun. Just kind of just like carry as much speed as you can, lay off the brakes as much as you can, and sweep through these turns, take a wide exit, get back on the power as we ride away from the pond. And you can see the guys are, I mean, I don't know if I lost time through that section or if it was kind of maintained. It was kind of hard to tell through this because it was so open. And we're coming back around towards the tail end of the lap right here. You can see we're back on that little start loop that we originally did. So doing this at full speed and away from folks was a little bit easier. Coming through this like half carousel feature. This, as we come back by the pits again, this right-hander did have a speed limit. I could never seem to really get this perfect. It was always kind of tough to kind of judge how fast you want to go through there. Stay on the power as we come back up through to this technical off-camber feature. We'll show you guys this one more time since we'll do a full lap. Got that a little bit better this time around. Didn't have a shifting issue. And take it high. In each lap, I got better and better at this. Definitely not as fast or as good as everyone else was doing it, but I ended up staying in. Sometimes I would kind of tripod it, like, you know, unclip my inside foot and kind of dab a little bit just to make sure I would stay up. Pedal a few times, then jump off the bike real quick. Some of the elite riders were jumping that barrier, which is really cool to watch. I run as fast as I can up this hill, get back on the bike, find the pedals. Wish I would have done that the first lap and not lost so much time. And then now we're going to dive back in to finish out the lap right here. Really fun course, guys. There wasn't that many folks that came out to this race, but man, like, this course is really fun. Highly recommend it. If you guys are in the area or can make this one next year, definitely do that. And that's going to finish up a lap, guys. Anyway, ended up coming away fourth, so wasn't much change in position throughout the rest of this race. So hope you guys enjoyed the lap preview. Catch you on the next one.